After my car crash, I decided to fake being blind. My fiancé kept insisting, wanted to care for broken me. When he brought me to his S.T, found the entire place covered with pictures of me from when I was little until now. He got so freaked out I tumbled right down the staircase while I was barely conscious, was gripping my hand and kissing. I've murmured in my ear, sweetheart, if your legs got injured too, you'd be absolutely perfecter. Made me snap my eyes open, instantly saw my leg wrapped in heavy plaster. He had been planning to injure my own leg intentionally. Never thought it would actually happen. Fear flooded through me. Immediate hell. I was still clutching my hand, expression showing slight satisfaction, his voice keeping that same entertained tone. Sweetheart, you're conscious, your leg is injured. Almost seemed delighted about it. Physician entered. I quit faking blindness. Physician checked my eyes and multiple doctors talked about how my vision had mysteriously returned. Marcus declared, it's a medical phenomenon. Known. Tumbled downstairs and sightless eyes recover. Every blind person should come test my staircase. The physicians rapidly agreed, saying absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Tell strange. Physician Evan mentioned wanting to publish a study on this. Marcus grinned at him and said, after you complete it, owe it to math. Physician agreed, eagerly, practically ready to bow down in gratitude. Me household survives be serving the powerful dynasty. Families. Me household manages certain property developments under his family's business empire along with shipping operations. Recent years the economy has struggled and our household wealth has drastically decreased. Me parents seem constantly attempting to impress the Thompson family leadership. They desire more contracts. Eventually they discovered a perfect strategy. They sacrificed me. The prince's wife hunt followed to path involved finding someone from matching social status. Obviously this wasn't simple to locate. Initially age and appearance had to work, then personalities had to mesh. A lady from a dynasty as influential as his would likely be as proud as him. Probably wouldn't accept being manipulated by his household. Alternative path involved finding someone from inferior status like my household that relies on his for existence. To wed her and take her home. Primary goal is producing offspring. Keep producing them relentlessly. Produce them and receive rewards regardless of gender. More offspring, more fortune. Children from households like ours. Truthfully, and you benefit from the luxury your parents supply. You must give up your independence of every fears losing social position after you reach the top. It's difficult to descend. That sensation of falling regular people cannot bear. If however I refuse to let my existence become a baby factory for the elite plus, I was genuinely terrified of the prescience. I began education. Everything textbooks taught and instructors preached was regarding liberty and fairness over at home. Mine actual life, everything I witnessed were status distinctions. I would desire liberty and fairness. Own statement from someone more influential and rich than you, and your riches and respect can disappear immediate. Even at home, my mother had to cautiously attend to my father if she refused to become mercenaries. And countless others with this social position resembles a tower, level by level pushing down. Everyone is trapped. Individuals at the foundation only desire to a sense. Since childhood he learned to satisfy everyone in the Thompson household, never anger anyone from the Thompson household. Devin, when someone struck you had to grant and express gratitude. Children like us also attended education at Thompson household institution. Since childhood we had to respect the prince, and naturally more driven children became his devoted supporter. Share households would also advance a position due to their dedication. He wasn't the type of social expert during high school. I coincidentally encountered Marcus at school that day. My abdomen itched, so I visited the medical office. When I returned, the period bell had already sounded, so the structure was extremely quiet, was descending from above, or dignified and distant. He observed me coolly, was so anxious I forgot to acknowledge him respectfully. Was carrying some documents in his hand, scowling as he examined them. Then, when scattered several pages, he should have instantly rushed over like a servant to collect them for him, since he was expecting me to do it. However, I wasn't a social expert. Instead, I was somewhat dense. I only understood that period had begun. This individual was intimidating. He couldn't anger him. The optimal method to avoid angering him was to avoid approaching him, so I instantly rushed back to the classroom like a rocket. Afterward, our household called obtain any Thompson household contracts. It wasn't because he intentionally sought revenge on me. Simply asked his associates who I was. After discovering my household history, simply scowled, shrugged, said nothing. However, woe was he even when he simply modified his hair. Cute individuals beneath would consider what he was contemplating. Kind of surrounding him rapidly understood he hadn't attempted to satisfy the prince. He obviously subordinates desired to express anger for him. More significantly, removing our household me and fewer individuals to divide profits with. When my father discovered instantly struck me twice. I still recalled the ringing in my ears and the entire universe humming. Brown, me subsequently father was so furious, considered leaving my mother. Me parents were enraged that I had angered him. Me elder and younger siblings resented me and treated me coldly due to the potential dramatic change in our existence. I felt horrible. Under that tremendous pressure, I was so frightened I couldn't rest for multiple days. This represents authority genuine authority. My parents visited the Thompson residency and faced rejection daily. Not everyone qualifies to meet the Prince McGlass. His parents, individuals beneath, wouldn't even announce for those out of favor. Didn't attend school for multiple days. He desired to locate him to apologize, however couldn't locate him anywhere personally. When I was considering whether the first should give up everything to compensate for my transgression period, I was in high school, then the age when misplacing assignments felt like the universe might collapse. Ryan believed I was a person who deserved punishment. I believed I was too. He pursued him to his vehicle. He observed me in shock as though he didn't recognize Mac, behaved very courteously and inquired would I already wept so intensely I could hardly breathe. I was sorry and pleading him to forgive. Mac appeared even more shocked and inquired, what did you do to me that requires my forgiveness? He was weeping so intensely my hands were slightly shaking. Sabinji's TD didn't assist him collect his scattered documents. Chuckled. How very sense-like he was more furious, stated. Ohan inquired curiously. He would become angry regarding that I an arrogant and controlling individual. He gazed at him vacantly, not understanding how to respond. His vehicle departed. Subsequently, household resumed regular business relationships and I became one of his numerous supporters. My father sent me to his presence most occasions. He didn't even understand what I was expected to accomplish. Everyone surrounding him was scumming, attempting to obtain his approval and then receive greater advantages. They were all social experts, finest of the finest individuals. Show desire to stand at the tower's peak. He would simply stand there uselessly when others were busy flattering him. Previous life spent winter and summer vacations by his presence. If we were identical grade, perhaps I would have been moved to his section every vacation. I was so stressed I couldn't rest, simply considering potentially angering him. Made me so anxious and frightened. Me palms would be soaked in perspiration for Shin. To these days concluded rapidly when he departed overseas to study. Prince's study partners were all individuals with superior emotional and intellectual intelligence, 2 grades behind them, and insufficiently intelligent, so obviously I wasn't among the study partners. When he was domestically was already invisible around him. When he traveled overseas he possessed even less presence. My father was extremely disappointed in me. Believed I was completely useless. The opportunity was directly before me and I couldn't grasp it. He had spent extensive time around the prince without providing any advantages to the household compared to others who could actually obtain contracts or resources. He genuinely had squandered this opportunity. My father gave me the sensation that if the prince could develop interest in him, would immediately do anything to get close to him. His determination to advance was powerful, however, always sensed he couldn't obtain the opportunity. Father deeply despised unambitious individuals like me.